issues sorted out. So I'm going to start over with a nice fresh good morning. Today I just thought, during this wonderful storm we had last week, I lost almost, well, not all my sunflowers, but an awful lot of sunflowers. So this week I thought I would paint them because I was devastated. And they're sitting in my lounge at the moment in a Christmas jug, which was appropriate enough because I ran a sunflower growing competition during lockdown with a few of my friends. And the winner was a young lady called Jo that I used to work with, and she last Christmas bought me a nice big white jug for Christmas with Santas and stuff on it, and it's just a perfect size, and so her winning sunflowers are in the jug. So I'm going to try and paint them. Now this canvas is what I call a pre-loved canvas. It's a canvas which I did an oil painting on and didn't like, and it didn't come out right. But, you know, I let it dry, and it's about 2 or 3 years. I just put it in the back of the cupboard. But I got it out and sanded it all down. There's a few textures which I think this way up will make it look like wall behind it, wooden wall and stuff. And I'm going to do the jug here with the flowers going up, hopefully. That's the idea anyway. So let me make a start. Let me put my tea down, as ever. Now the colours I have are titanium white. I've picked up some Prussian blue. I don't know whether I'll use it. Van Dyke brown. I haven't got any dark sienna, so I can always add a little bit of the yellow ochre. Now this is just to show you the difference between manufacturers. This one is Winsor and Newton sap green, and this is De La Roni sap green, but they're the only two greens that that's the only sap green that I have. A little bit of alizarin crimson, because they always make a nice lighter brown if I want to. Cadmium yellow light, Indian yellow, yellow ochre, and of course my bright red to sign at the end. Okay, so to start, I'm going to take a 1-inch flat brush, and I'm going to put in, first off, I need to make this wet, otherwise it doesn't quite work. So I'm going to take a little bit of the white. I don't know if I'll carry on with this brush or not, but it comes to a nice point, which is good. And my jug's going to be around and about there. It's actually got a red rim, so I'll put that in later. And then it comes in and it bows out beautifully. So it's a bit, and that's the spout, so I think perhaps a little bit more, to be honest. A little bit wider, because of quite big flowers. We'll come down and we'll come round like that. Okay, and then I'll just fill in the middle. Now, in order to prep my canvas this time, I actually enjoyed, believe it or not, last time when I did the Northern Lights and I couldn't find my liquid clear, I actually used oil, and I have to say, it's been really good. I liked it. It's a lot smoother than the liquid clear, and I'm not so worried about it all running everywhere. So if we I would actually suggest, it's just a linseed oil that I picked up in one of these. I quite often buy bulk. Okay, leave that. Is that straight? No, he's not straight, is he? Okay, I'll have to bring this bottom bit, excuse my shoulder a little bit. Bring the bottom down a little bit. Now he's straight. Now he's sitting straight. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of shadow colour, which actually I'm going to use Payne's Grey, which is a Winsor and Newton oil. So tiny little bit of Payne's grey going in, because, so first off I'm going to add more white. Okay, now my jug that I've got there has actually, like I say, got Santas on it, but I'm not going to do those. Okay, so curving the jug and the lip. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Payne's grey, and we'll have a little bit of shadow under the lip, because it comes out this way as well. And we'll bring the Payne's grey round that way as well. And obviously on the bottom where it's got base. Now don't worry too much about it, because I'm going to have some flowers tumbling down. And this side I'm going to have just a little bit of shadow coming in. Okay, and that is about as much as I'm going to do. Well, you know me, I say that now and then I'll think of something else to do. Okay, so going to go straight into my bright red, because it has got a bright red, and I think, to be honest, I just think we should have a little bit of contrast. Okay, so that's going to go across the top, a little bit of Payne's grey underneath it, showing that that's the lip. And wash my brush, give it a beat, wipe it on the towel which is on the floor. I do have a towel on the floor. One of these days I'll take a picture of it, let you see that I'm not actually wiping it all on the carpet. I'm sure some of you think that's what I'm doing. Okay, and just gently bring it all together. Just gently. What we could do, I've got somewhere a small mop brush, but in the absence of being able to see it, I'll just use the little blender brush. And that'll do. Okay, so now with my flowers, I'm going to put some green, because an awful lot of green. I'm going to brighten my green, because this is brown. I covered the painting with brown to block out the colours that I'd used. Oh no, sorry, internet issues again. I don't know where you got to. There we go. See how that goes. And what I'm basically going to do is just pop in some loose colour. I'll have some, I know, my beautiful pot. I'll have some flowers or some leaves here. Pop some up there. So I've got them growing everywhere. And just try to, I will put some back here as well to go underneath my flowers. Okay, now this is a new thing for me. I've never tried this before. So I was told, take the heel of the brush, draw a line, and then angle in you can create a leaf, and I think you can. Not that you can see that one, but we'll do another one. So we'll bring one down here, and as long as the leaf or the brush stroke goes towards the bottom, you should have a leaf. Do you know what? It's not too bad. I think I'm going to darken this a little bit. Oh no, I thought a little bit light. I'll have one over here, going here. So start angle 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and come down. They look quite feathery actually. Another one out here. Okay. We'll do, I'm going to have another one come down here. So perhaps you can, so it has to come into the stem. And then comes down. Okay, well, that's all right. It's different. Okay, I can see we're going to have issues today with my internet. Okay, now this one I'm actually going to turn into and bring it down. That's going to be the base for one of my sunflowers that is facing away from me. And this one here is going to be a sunflower that is hanging down in front of this wonderful jug. So I shall bring that one there. This one's just going to be a leaf. As is this one. Make that a bigger leaf. There we go. Okay, so just gone over my sunflower there. Going to bring him right down because he really is quite sad. He's quite not very happy sunflower. Probably because he was doing really well out in the open on my little allotment piece in my back garden, and along came the hurricane. A lot better today though, nice and calm, but cold because I've actually had the heaters on today. I had my fire on today. I didn't know if we would. Hi Andrew, new viewers, always welcome new viewers, nice to see you, thank you for joining me. And how are you okay? Okay, so I'm going to do a few little circles. Well, he won't have one and he won't have one, but I've got one that I want up here. So I'm going to do a smaller circle up there. And I'm literally going to add a little bit of yellow ochre, basically so you can see where I'm putting the centre, but also because these ones do have yellow in their centres. Okay, that's one. I'll do another one down here. And you just go over the leaves, don't worry about it, because the sunflowers don't. Their leaves are there to feed the flowers. Their sole purpose is to bring sunshine into our lives. No, their sole purpose is to create seeds. So they really... Now, I'm going to do this one facing down, so I don't want a circle. That's the last thing I want. So I'm going to do a straight line, and then I'm going to do a moon shape. Now, this one's quite a big one. So I'm going to do a bit of a moon shape down there, and I'm going to have a nice big one, nice big round one here. And he's going to be the one that won the competition maybe. Such a shame, you know, the flowers, I'd started them literally at the end of lockdown. I think I mentioned it once before, literally at the beginning of lockdown rather. I was going to give these plants out, and then lockdown happened, so I couldn't. And I just thought, right, we'll grow. I'm okay, thanks Ruth. I'll be making some pyrography. Goodness me. I've never tried that. You'll have to let me know how you get on. You'll have to post the pictures. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of colour in there. Now I'm going to do another one up the top. I don't have it on there, but I am going to have another one. And he's going to be facing that way. But again, he's going to be quite a big one. So I'm going to have him there. Okay? So, I know you won't be able to see much of that at the moment. But, take my 1-inch brush, because I can't seem to find my 1/2-inch brush. Go into the yellow and the Indian yellow, yellow ochre. Get 2 different colours on the brush, a little bit of yellow, cad yellow maybe, brighten it all up. And then let's start with this one here. Because what's he doing? Okay, so we'll start with these. That's down and pull. Down and pull. That's not a good enough brush, that's not stiff enough. So, get rid of that one. And I will try, what brush shall I try? Let me try this one, which is a number 16 flat. Okay, so we'll mix the colours again. There we go. There we are, that's better. I'm going to put in some white, help it stand out a little bit. That's even better. Okay. And we'll put one that goes out there. And then these ones are going to flop a little bit forward, so they're going to be a little bit foreshortened. Like that word? Big word for this time in the morning? Certainly is for me. There we are. Should really clean my brush after each one. But there we are. It's flopping. Give a little bit of there. Okay, and then I'm going to take that other brush, go back into my greens. Again, perhaps with a little bit of white, just to show it up, and we'll have all this going to the back, and he's going down there. Okay, I'll just make that, there we go, thin that down. But they really do have quite big stems, I have to say. And that can go in there. So like I was saying, I'd had all these flowers I'd intended to give to my friends, and we would have a competition over the summer. But the lockdown came. So what I ended up doing was planting them all in my garden and then just posting weekly updates. I did the same for my family, which was quite a giggle. And yeah, it was good fun. And it literally only ended last week or the week before. And my friend Jo had the winning sunflower. Her sunflower grew to well over 3.5 feet. I've actually I did a little trophy for them. I've actually taken it indoors. So I'm going to try and drop it off to them later. I saw her last night as well and totally forgot to take it with me. I think I was just excited at going out actually. How sad is that? There. So that's that one flopped over. He's in a bit of a, just put a few little veins because they do have markings on there. There we go. So that's that sunflower, that's that sunflower. We'll do a few little markings for them as well. Right, let's get into this big one here. Shall we? No, let's do the big one. No, yes, no. Shall we? No, we're going up here. Okay, this one has got slightly longer leaves or petals, so I'm actually turning the brush a little bit more so that they actually come out thinner. So it's not as big as Joe's. I don't know if I've mentioned the family one. Daddy won that. Hands down. I came next. And we shan't mention the rest. We'll just leave it there. But needless to say, it was more competitive than I ever imagined it would be. So if you're ever got a surplus of sunflowers, please do hand them out, give them a race, because honestly it's so much fun and people are so competitive. You wouldn't think it was just a sunflower. It really is quite funny. Get quite possessive. And what are you doing to my sunflower? What's happened to him? I'm just like but it was a little bit of fun during lockdown. Okay, we're going to come out with these, just bring these little ones because it has got lots of flowers, that one. And then I will take my round brush again, if I can find it, it's over there. And just go over a little bit of the, just go over the bottom. There we go. I know that's, he's actually tilted a little bit, hasn't he? Well, that's good. He can tilt if he wants. I don't mind. Again, all I'm doing is picking up all sorts of yellows. My brush is really full. Might actually turn this one a little bit as well. Let's see if we can do that, shall we? In fact, I do need to empty my brush a little bit. There we go. I know a lot of people like sunflowers, and I must admit, I grow them mainly, feed the birds in the winter. But like I say, this year was great fun. Right, I'm going to leave him there, but I am going to put a stem on him because he hasn't got a stem, bless him. So I'm going to give him a nice stem that will just disappear in amongst these. There we are. You can have a nice stem in there. As I say, they are quite thick stemmed. I'll maybe highlight them in a minute. Right, up to you at the back. So we're going to go from in here, a few foreshortened ones, which just means little. I need some more white because they're not standing out very much. So there we go. So we'll do those again. That one, wow, he's hit the light, hasn't he? Wow, he has hit the light. But not when you get all brown on it. There we are. Do him again, get some colour. There we are. So maybe see a few little petals out round the back. There we are. Now, let's see this beauty in the middle. I'm not going to put the stem in for the other one until I've done this one. He's going to be quite big, I've decided, so he's going to go there. And in fact, I'm actually going to put a little bit of red in because I'm going to make him, sorry Joe, this isn't going to be one of yours. I did do a group called Autumn Beauties, and they were this lovely rusty colour, which is actually deeper than this, but they were superb. Now I'm just shortening these ones a little bit because I don't want to lose that one in particular. I really like that. And you just go around, say, filling it in. I'm going to add a little bit of alizarin crimson, a little bit of white. So this one's going to be more peach than anything else. But it is going to be there. I never realised till I started growing them for my birdseed just how many different varieties there were. The other ones that I've grown is actually Lewis, that's yours. It's your sewing. I just don't know, it just won't stay up. I think I'm going to have to change that, how I hang it up. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about my seeds. I really just started growing them so that I put the whole head out. Obviously I saved some for seeds next year, but I actually put the whole head out onto the bird table. Squirrels come down and have a feed, the robins, all sorts of birds, the finches. They come down, they have a little feed, and they just pick them straight off. Which is really good fun. So he's going in there. There we are. So that's him. And then I did forget this one at the back. He may as well be an orange one as well. He's not very happy. Probably because he's not getting the limelight. So he's having a little bit of sulk. There we go. Just pull that one down. We'll pull, excuse me, that one there. There we are. Okay. Right. Now, clean my brush off. And then I'm going to take some yellow ochre, alizarin crimson. I'm going to take a little bit of Van Dyke brown, and I'm going to highlight these a little bit. Now don't worry if you're going over the leaves that are there, because sunflowers quite often, as I say, have more than one row of petals. So don't worry about it. Just wanted to make these a little bit darker. There we are. You're picking up all sorts of colours on it, which is fine. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of darker colour in for him at the top. So he's a bit bright considering he's having a sulk. So we'll just add this. It actually just looks throat-like. There we go. Right, and I think just going to go over, I'm going to use a scruffy brush rather than my big Bob Ross brush, round brush. I'm just going to leave that in there actually. Purely just because I'm going to have a little bit more control over it. So, going back into the brown, tapping with a little bit of the yellow ochre, and we'll just go round this one again and just seal off the bottoms of the flowers. I'm much happier with my sunflowers than I was with the original painting, I have to say. The original painting was a seascape, which was all very good, but it didn't look right. I don't know why it didn't look right. I'm guessing the colours were wrong. It was like an island, and I think the sea was just very wrong coloured wise, and it just didn't work for me. But hey, I'm the artist, I can change my mind. Okay, and I think I'm going to put in one more leaf at the top. I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. Yellow, a little bit of white. I'm going to have a leaf that is coming out there. Okay, just have him up there. Don't think there's anything else I really need to do. What I am going to do is, because this now looks like it's just sort of floating in mid-air, I'm going to take my 1-inch brush, go into the brown. Actually, I might use this colour down here. So what was that? That was the brown, the alizarin crimson, a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of Indian yellow. Just mix them all in, just as long as you've got a sort of a woody colour. And I think I'm just going to very lightly indicate that this is on a table. So I'll take the table up to about there-ish. I'll indicate that. A little bit more paint. And that brings out, you can see, where did we get up to about here? Okay, so should have perhaps done this first, but I didn't actually think on it until I was finished there and just thought, oh, do you know what, it doesn't look right because it's just floating. So just go up to the white. Don't worry about it. If you go over the white, we can repair it. Okay, that can just go off into the distance. Leave that into it at that level. I know I'm destroying that one leaf, but that's okay, I can come back and do that. Okay, and then I think I will take my 1-inch with the white, just the white, and a little bit of that will just straighten that out a little bit. Can you tell when I'm concentrating? shooting? Didn't realise there was a shooting range around here, and there's a driving range. We've got a there, and then I think I'll just go get another one straight into there, and we'll just create a bit of shadow just here and a little bit underneath. I've literally just gone into the Payne's Grey. Payne's Grey is perfect for creating a shadow effect. Okay, and there we go. It might actually tone down the jug a little bit. The jug's very, very bright, isn't it? So let's just tone that down a little bit. A little bit of, again, a little bit of Payne's Grey. There we are. And there we have it. Now I'm quite happy with that, so I'm now going to leave it. So Joe, this one's for you. And this is, we'll call this Joe's Sunflowers, Joe's Winning Sunflowers. Even though I've got probably some of Romeo's in there. Romeo was one of the other plants. Joe's flowers were called, sunflower was called Ray. I had mine as Cher. Mine fell over and got destroyed very early on. They had a plum tree fall on it. And what was the other one? Oh, Purdy's. So, taking the bright red, a little bit of liquid thinners, or you could use a little bit of oil. Pop in my RB. And Bob's your uncle. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the sunflowers. Please do give them a try. They're a wonderful flower. Endless source of amusement. They do make me smile when I see them out and about. I hope they make somebody else smile. This will be on the website, rbart.co.uk, very shortly. I need to take some pictures, and then when it's dry. Sold last week's painting, which was excellent. So please have a little look. Oh, before I forget, if you are in Peterborough, Iceni Meadery is having an open day, and I will be there along with all my paintings, and there's going to be fine foods, fine wines, fine ales and fine art. Have a great week. I will see you next week. Take care, have fun, stay safe, bye bye.